I saw a great documentary last night, and I think the only other person in studio that saw it was Eric.
Hello.
A movie called Finders Keepers. Roland talked us into seeing this movie because we at first thought the hillbilly guys were coming in, right, Eric?
Yeah, we were told they were around.
The story, listen to this story, Pete. So you got a guy. He goes flying with his dad one day and a few other people, and the plane crashes. His dad dies. This guy survives the accident, but he has to lose his leg. They amputate his leg.
Oh, I can't relate.
So then this guy asked for his leg back, and they give it to him.
They gave it back to him?
And he's thinking, well, they're going to give me my leg back, but it's just going to be all cleaned up, and it's just going to be the bones. They gave him his leg back with the skin and the blood and the guts and gave it to the guy.
Just to, like, hold on to?
He wanted to...
No, Eric keeps it in his fucking closet. Like memorabilia.
Next to his San Diego Chargers jersey.
Got a Steiner sticker on it.
Yeah. So then...
oh, yeah.
So then... He's going to make some kind of memorial to his dad with his real leg eventually. But then the guy's into pills and all sorts of drinking and all sorts of shit. And
well, he thought it was just going to be the bones, but it had the flesh on it.
Yeah, I said that.
Right, so he didn't know what to do with it.
Right, so he put in a smoker.
A smoker?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Well, he wanted.
You think he sat on the couch and watched A Christmas Story with it and was like, leg! That's us, buddy!
Well, first of all, you're right. He knew it smelled to high hell or whatever, so he decided, I got to get the smell out of this thing. So he figured he would try to petrify his own leg.
Yeah.
And he put it up in a tree for 6 months, hoping it would dry out. He wrapped, a screen around it or
would
something?
Just make it smellier, wouldn't it?
He took part of his screen from a screen door, wrapped it around leg, put it in a tree.
Yeah.
This was his grand plan.
Yeah. So then eventually his leg that he was able to get back, he put in a smoker. And then he put all his stuff in a storage facility because he
got evicted.
He got evicted from his place. And so now I think he's living with his sister or somebody. So then he's paying for the storage unit. And his mom said, I'll
paid for 3 months.
I'll pay for the first 3 months. And then after that, he couldn't pay for it anymore. So then the storage facility went up for auction. Here comes this guy, this narcissistic guy that is kind of like a collector of weird shit, antiques and whatnot.
The weirdest episode of Porn Stars ever.
It's kind
You get a leg!
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So they auction off all the stuff in the storage locker. They do this all the time, and the guy goes, wow, that smoker's pretty cool. I'm going to take that. I'm going to fix it up. I'll sell it. Maybe I'll make 50 to $100 off the damn thing. Opens up the smoker when he gets home, and the leg's in there. Ugh. So now he has the other guy's leg.
What's a smoker? That's it's just
a barbecue.
It's a guy who doesn't take care of himself, Jim.
Oh, Pete, from your lips to God's ears. I quit. All kidding aside, guys. Very dangerous habit.
It's how you make brisket. It keeps smoke going through. It's like a large.
Oh, it really is smoke?
Yeah.
I thought that was
weird.
just
Justin, you should have known that.
Yeah, that's true, Justin.
Yeah,
Brisket.
you're fat. Sorry. Brisket, come on.
When you come on, I feel so good about myself. I come in here walking in, I feel good, and then I walk out just tears in my eyes. And then I hear about it on Twitter the whole rest of the day. Even Pete Davidson thinks he sucks.
No, it's just like it's sad that you're 30 years older than me and you're actually affected by what I said. It's fucking insane. You know how happy that makes me that I could ruin someone my dad's age's day?
No, because I know deep down you and I are like
just
really
continuing my dad's work.
We're like really good friends now.
And
we're like best friends.
We're not. Your brother's awesome.
I know.
Thanks, man.
That's why he has double the following on Twitter that you do.
Oh, come on now. That's not necessary.
That's just hurtful.
You're
now.
double the weight. He has double the followers.
Again, that's,
switch it up.
Don't really know how we got back to the weight, but I understand. It's all good.
Poor Justin.
I'm sorry,
Thank
Justin.
you.
Poor Justin's feelings are getting hurt. So wait. A smoker, what does that do? Like
A smoker!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even like to say it because kids might hear this. Let me just say an S, ochre.
That's just, it makes things taste smoky.
What does that do for a leg?
No.
He hid it in the smoker and then threw everything in storage.
Well, how did he keep it from rotting?
We told
he
you
didn't
that
have a
part.
plan.
Put it in a freezer.
He had no plan.
He put it in a tree for 6 months.
In
Put it in a
fact,
tree.
the very first thing he did
to petrify it, figuring that the smell would go away.
The first thing he did, though, when they dropped the leg off at his house, was he's like, I got to put this in the freezer, and it didn't fit in his freezer, so he went to the local Hardee's where his friend worked and said, could you put this in the freezer for me?
Yeah.
So wait, they didn't even bring him a freezer? They just brought him a leg in a bag?
Yes.
Yeah, we told you this. They just handed it to him with the flesh and everything.
Can I
Now
see a
you're in
picture
on
of
the
this guy?
story.
Yeah.
Yes. So then it only lasted at Hardee's for what, a couple hours? And his friend called him and said, look, we can't keep your leg here at Hardee's. So he went through the drive-thru. I questioned this part of the story, but he went through the drive-thru and they handed his leg through the drive-thru window. And then he brought it home. And then he decided to wrap the screen around his leg and put it up in a tree for 6 months, hoping to petrify it and get rid of the smells.
That's the guy? Superman's dad?
Yeah. He really,
He's the guy that lost his fucking leg?
Oh, wow.
Superman lifting a car behind him? Jesus fucking
It's in
Christ.
Smallville.
Bravo.
Thank you, everybody.
So then it's in the smoker in the storage facility, can't pay his bills, so they auction off the storage facility. This other guy comes along and just sees the smoker going, oh, this would be nice. Brings the smoker home, finds the leg in there, and decides, holy fuck, I can make money off this. So he got T-shirts made. He came up with the nickname the Footman.
Yeah.
So he walked around town,
A genius.
being known as the Footman. That's the Footman.
Really fucking broad spectrum there, guy.
wow.
He loves the attention. He's a narcissistic. He loves being on TV. The local news jumped on this story, so both these guys are very famous.
I think he's
in that area.
North Carolina, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Medina, North Carolina, something like that.
Funky cold there. Go ahead.
He's a big deal.
Yeah, this guy's a real big shot around town. What's he pointing
Shutting
at?
down
That's
fucking
the
gas
smoker.
stations.
Oh.
That's the smoke.
They made it on Judge Mathis with this whole story. Yeah, they're a big deal, Pete Davidson.
Wow.
So then this guy refused to give the leg back.
What was his argument?
shorts.
What was his point?
The point is,
Finders keepers.
His nickname is the Footman now because he found the foot in the smoker and he sells T-shirts and he had a little sign. He was charging people money to go see the thing,
Yep.
What a scumbag.
So gross.
and then he won't give it back to the guy.
He's actually the leg man, but he's a fucking idiot.
Can't they just go take it? And I just have the police can just go take the leg.
Well,
It's his leg.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's the
You
other
can't.
guys.
Yeah, you can't
oh, you got to watch the documentary. It's called Finders Keepers.
take someone's leg.
It was a terrific little film.
'Cause I thought you couldn't sell human body parts.
That's what makes it so weird. The guy's like, "Look, I want my leg back," and they actually did it. Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to do that.
Because you're not allowed to, like, you can't sell them on eBay or any of that stuff. So if it was in the auction, then it should not have legally been there. His leg is probably not part, shouldn't have been legally part of the auction. At least that's what my one semester in community college taught me about the law and human
They
body
just wrapped
parts.
it up in a plastic bag, and he unwrapped the plastic bag to see, oh my God, I thought they were just going to clean it up and get rid of the flesh and just give me the bones back.
I wonder how
And it was the complete leg. He
should've
they
let
just
it-
amputated only a week or two earlier.
Yeah.
he should have let the flesh go. I think he should have had somebody clean it and put the bones.
Well, that's part of the story too, because he finally finds this really fat lady that specializes in taking your pets. I think, and
She was going to eat it.
Yeah,
I think what was her? They didn't really explain, but I think her business is you bring your dead pet to her, and she fucking boils the flesh and the fur off it, and then puts the whole thing back together as a skeleton, and then you can display your
display
pet
it.
in your house.
Yeah.
She has a little business,
Right.
but obviously the business isn't doing well because of the shitty house she lived in.
Yeah, to take the flesh off, it would have cost the guy $15,000 if you do it right. But this woman said, "Oh, I feel your pain. I'll do it for
Do
you."
it right. Get a fucking cheese grater and fucking rip it off.
exactly.
Well, she said she would
Do
pull
it
it
right.
off like beef jerky, I think. Yeah. And you get to see the leg in the documentary. It's
Is it gross?
yeah. And then
Yeah.
then the
He's
lady's
old
making
too, so it's all veiny.
the lady's making jokes like, "Oh, you got a little toe fungus I noticed on that toe over there."
Oh, nobody likes a good missing leg joke than a guy with a missing leg.
exactly directed at his leg by a fat woman.
Yeah.
But this guy's the dick in the whole film because he just refuses to give the leg back because he's known for having the leg and making money off it.
And this guy always had the dream that he just wants to be famous, and then he finds this leg and he thinks this is the calling.
Well, it got all the attention. I mean,
Yeah.
all the news programs were doing stories on it. Then it went on CNN and it went international, this whole story. Wow. They got a lot of press off this thing.
I want to see it now. I
You
mean,
want to play the trailer?
I have not seen this. I was busy.
Oh, there's a trailer.
I found one,
So we got the director, I think, coming in to talk a little more about this today.
and hopefully one of the people calling in.
The narcissistic guy will definitely be calling in. He
wow.
loves the attention.
And the other guy,
What, the guy
couldn't get
who-
him to hop in?
Who stole the leg?
Yeah.
He's calling in?
Yeah.
Finders keepers.
Want to have fun with him, people?
Yes, please.
Oh.
That just made me so happy.
Oh, I got some good ones already.
Yeah.
So it really helps you get a leg up and things. Go ahead, back to you. Oh my God, this is gonna be funny.
When is this
I'm
movie?
gonna kill him.
It comes out Friday.
Oh, all right. So
Yeah.
people could start seeing this damn thing.
Yeah.
Is it on demand?
I don't know.
It's not a movie theater movie. Let's be honest.
I'll look it up.
I don't think it's a movie theater movie. I think it's an on demand. But it held my interest. Let's play the trailer for these guys.
Well, it doesn't seem very good so far.
What's the problem there?
I got a human foot.
Have a what?
A human foot. And it's something nasty, got me grossed out.
He was a guy.
The grill and ended up buying it. And I opened the grill up, and there's the foot, 5 toes and 5 toenails. I decided to keep it.
The smoker grill is now a tourist attraction. I can't believe. Who is this guy? That's my leg.
He lost his leg 3 years ago, and that's just one hurdle life is thrown at him.
Wait. You gotta go back.
Because he's so dramatic. I decided to keep it.
No, because this is like a rom-com trailer.
Yeah.
And then when the hi-hat goes up, it cuts to him and he goes, I decided to keep it.
What is that?
This shit is hilarious.
Like the little screener too.
What? Why?
The free shashki.
From what? The movie?
Yeah.
Let me see the
That's
tchotchke.
a barbecue. That's not a smoker.
Yeah.
They come to the barbecue. What is this, Roland? Do you carry this in your pocket just in case? It's a small little fucking like outdoor grill.
That's an old school barbecue where you got to use the coals, the briquettes or whatever they're called. All right, let's go back to this because Pete loves this
And
part.
I opened the grill up, and there's the foot, 5 toes and 5 toenails. I decided to keep it.
The smoker grill is now a tourist attraction. I can't believe. Who is this guy? That's my leg.
He lost his leg 3 years ago, and that's just one hurdle life has thrown at him.
I've been shot, run over by a state dump truck, electrocuted. I've been through a lot.
An unbelievable character, isn't he?
A gentleman told me today I was a household name in Hollywood, California.
Everybody around here knows him as Footman.
Some folks just call me Foot for short.
It is a freak show, no question.
It's a funny story, but it's born of tragedy.
I lost my leg in a plane crash, and I lost my father.
Music.
When I was a kid, I made a wish. One day I might be a movie star.
He likes the spotlight. It's all he thinks about. It's just took him over.
After the crash, they send you home with a can full of Oxycontin, and nobody says anything about the addiction. That's what about killed me. And I would have just kept on doing what I was doing. It's really all I had was that leg.
If he can hang on to this leg and keep it in this world, then that's his dad.
This leg has given him a purpose. There must have been 50 cameras clicking and flashing. None of that had ever happened before in my life, and that's something you'll never forget,
It's
The battle tonight is just who does that leg belong to?
I got proof, evidence.
He actually thought this was his big break.
As bizarre as it all is, we can't move forward until there's an ending for this leg.
It's a win-win-win. If you're just winning or win-winning, that's just winning or win-winning. But when you're win-win-winning, you're win-win-winning.
That one was set up.
I hate
We
him.
need something sprucey for the end.
Yeah, something that really keeps him.
Win. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
He tried again with lose.
Yeah.
Lose.
He's very hateable.
Yeah.
I just don't
He
like.
always wanted to be famous, and all of a sudden, when he found this leg, he's like, "Here we go."
Yeah.
Not giving a fuck that it's someone else's leg that really wants it back.
I don't like that rom-com-y trailer that they had.
Yeah, I
for
didn't
it.
either.
He had a leg.
Yeah. and it starts out all fun, and then they have to stop the
Yeah.
trailer dramatically, and then go with the
How is
dramatic
there a
music.
drug addiction in this story?
Oxycontin from the Cry the Pain, yeah.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
And then he goes, "It says right there on the pill bottle not to have it with alcohol, but the first thing you do is go get a beer."
Right. Well, the way to craft this and make you care about the characters is they want him to find redemption.
Yeah.
So
his leg.
Yeah.
It was an enjoyable movie for sure.
Finders Keepers is clever.
It's very clever.
It actually is going to be in theaters.
Oh, okay.
The original title they scrapped.
What was it?
That Man Has My Leg. I thought this was better.
Give me my fucking leg.
Yeah, that's my leg for Pete's sake.
For Pete's sake, yeah, that's better. But I enjoyed the movie. You like it, Eric?
I loved it.
What was your favorite part?
Don't say the ending.
I have to say when he went to Hardee's. Or no, was it Hardee's? Yeah.
I think it was Hardee's, the local Hardee's.
Yeah.
To ask his friend if he could store his leg for a little while.
Just seeing the guy kind of try to figure out what to do once the leg is dropped off by the mortician at his house.
Yeah.
Like all of that. Just like hillbilly logic in the movie.
It was, it's a good movie. So who we got the director coming in?
2 directors.
And then we got the guy that really likes the attention that has the nickname Footman.
Correct.
He's going to be on the phone.
That was my nickname too, but for other reasons.
But Footman didn't lose his leg. He basically stole the leg from the other guy.
Correct.
Although it's finders keepers. What did he say in the movie? If you find a mattress with $1 million in it, that $1 million is now yours. So what's the difference if you find a leg in a smoker? That leg is now yours. That's his logic.
They went on Judge Mathis for him to decide who gets custody of the leg.
Yes.
It would have been interesting if they actually went to court instead, to a real court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what would have happened.
Yeah, because that's what this wrong with this whole Cosby thing. They're doing it with Judge Wapner. It just doesn't feel real.
Why are they doing that?
I don't know. I'm Doug Llewellyn. This is the case of shame on you. I couldn't think of a good joke. I stink. I fucking called Doug Llewellyn up. I just couldn't come up with anything.
This
My
might be
apologies.
a hard pill for Cosby to swallow. That's like a Llewellyn joke.
Yeah, see, it's hard.
It's hard. It's
Why
really tough.
don't we, could you Google his leg?
Sure.
Because it made the rounds on the...
you see an actual...
You mean the actual
You got to
leg.
see the actual leg.
Yeah.
I want to see the actual leg.
Before the fat lady got to it. And she did a terrible job.
But what's crazy is they gave him the leg. They don't give you that stuff anymore.
That's why this movie's so amazing. Because
why would they do it?
He was even amazed when they handed his leg to him.
They dropped it off and ran.
Yeah. As he was looking at it, he heard the front door close as the mortician or whatever was running away. Because he knew it was wrong what he was doing. They don't have a picture of his leg on the internet?
I don't know. I'd love a picture.
Do they show it in the documentary?
Yeah.
Just write John Wood. Get rid of documentary, maybe.
Put leg smoker dash controversy. I'm very good at Googling.
Googling. Go to images, no?
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
I know, but if you got rid of documentary, maybe it helps us.
Just go to leg. Just Google leg.
Yeah, leg.
This is ridiculous.
Leg smoker narcissism in parentheses.
Hardee's.
I can't believe they don't have the picture of the leg.
Maybe you have Google Safe Search on. Looks to me like you do. There's no. How do you
German
Google
TV?
Ah, great. A bunch of shit videos are going to come up. German TV. Great. A bunch of people booing a Jew. It's not.
There it is. No.
It looks like that, but
it does look like that, but that's not it. Because I think he showed it on German TV for the first time. Yeah.
German TV, a delightful woman's picture is going to pop up. Yeah, okay. Good. More tranny humor. Check.
Well, we'll try to find the leg during the break. You're pretty high, right?
No, I'm okay.
Now you're just all right now?
Yeah. He'll get cooking.
We just saw this movie last night called Finders Keepers.
I watched it for a little while. I watched it as long as I could. Yeah, the foot and the fucking grill.
Oh, okay. So you're all in.
Yeah, the fucking what the fuck? Who finds a foot in the grill? You throw it away. You dial 911. You're gonna rat yourself out. The guy lost his foot and the fucking thing.
I wouldn't throw the foot away.
Huh?
I would definitely call the cops.
Fuck that. Mind your business.
Serial
throw
killer.
the grill out. You're not gonna. No, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, you would just throw it away.
Yeah, why?
That's criminal mentality, though. I don't want to be involved.
Yeah, I don't want to do nothing.
That makes sense.
Or put it at somebody's house you don't like.
I don't want to
get in front of their fucking house.
Hide this, Karen. It's a leg.
You just don't want to get involved.
Yeah, all that
makes
shit to
sense.
fucking find the foot.
He was touching the leg. I said, don't touch the leg.
It was pretty funny. As long as I watched it for, it was pretty fucking funny. And I got a call and I lost focus.
That's pretty.
It's tough to go back to the fucking leg when somebody's talking to you.
I know. I was on the phone last night. What are you going to strap on and fuck me with? Oh, yes. all over myself.
Was that the type of call you had too, Joey? Last
No,
night?
I had stupid calls from people.
All right, we're gonna talk to the director of Finders Keeper and maybe the one dude.
Who's supposed to call in?
Who basically bought the leg technically because it was in the smoker, and then he wouldn't give it back to the guy who lost his leg.
Correct.
That guy we might have on the phone today. Let's get the directors in here from Finders Keepers. This movie about the leg.
Yep, let's ask questions.
Yes. Who do we got? Brian?
What's up?
Which one's Brian?
That's me.
Hello, Brian.
Hi.
How you doing, man?
And Jay, right?
Clay.
Well, why the J in front of the Clay then?
Jay, I don't know. I've been trying to drop the J and
All right, let's go with Clay.
Yeah.
I like that. It's Brian and Clay, the directors of Finders Keepers.
Thanks.
You got Jim Norton over here. You got Pete Davidson.
Hello. It's Pete.
All comics in the studio here. He's Pete from SNL, Joey Diaz.
How are you, sir? Nice to meet you guys.
And you guys
How are
made a fine film, this Finders Keepers. What am I doing? Oh, okay. We loved it. We watched it last night, a couple of us.
I haven't seen it. I didn't get the email.
Yes.
I'm annoyed.
But what a twisted story.
it is.
You want to explain the movie for the people out there?
Sure. So the movie is about two guys battling over a human leg in North Carolina. One gentleman loses his leg in a plane crash and elects to hold on to it, to keep it, and he puts it, eventually he puts it in a storage locker with the rest of his stuff, and he defaults on the payments to that storage locker, and another guy buys the lot, like in Storage Wars.
Right.
And
decides to turn the grill into a tourist attraction for a week. It's kind of locally famous.
Yes.
And then a week later, a guy with one leg shows up and says, "Hey, can I have my leg back?" And the guy says no.
Yep, he actually says no.
Yeah.
Because this guy loves the attention.
And there's been a lot of stories of legs and smokers. What makes this one different?
How'd you guys find this?
So our producer, Ed Cunningham, he's an ESPN college football commentator, and he was on the road doing a game in Oklahoma, and overheard a couple guys like talking about this crazy tabloid story, and then went to this tiny town in Maiden, North Carolina, and tracked these guys down and started talking to them.
That's sick.
Yeah, they've been fighting over the leg for a long time, right?
That's sick.
How many years
I
now?
love what a bag of shit that guy is, too.
He kind of is.
He's just a fucking bag of shit.
Yeah.
I would always give the limb back.
Yeah, the wrong guy bought the smoker because that guy, as you explained in the documentary, he always wanted to be famous, and then he finally went, "Wait, here it is. I'm going to be famous for the guy that happened to find a leg in the smoker I bought.
I'm keeping it."
And then he had T-shirts made, and then he had everyone call him the Footman. I think he came up with his own nickname, by the way.
Yeah,
he seems to be that type of guy.
Doesn't usually work for a lot of people.
No, not at all.
Yeah, but I think he said, "Hey, start calling me the Footman, Foot for short."
But I think it stuck, though,
Yeah,
he did a good job at it.
My nickname stuck when I came up with it. People went with it, yeah.
What was it?
Renegade.
This story just kept building. It started with local news, and then eventually made it to CNN, and then international news, and it just took on a life of its own. But the first thing I was amazed by was the fact that they gave the guy his leg back. That you're not
supposed to do that.
Yeah, how did that? You guys don't explain it enough in the movie, I don't think. How did he get that done?
So the loophole in North Carolina law is you got to say that it's for religious reasons. So he had to say that he wanted to be buried a whole man, and they gave it to him.
Oh.
Which I think is like a Jewish custom. I'm pretty sure of some.
But what was funny was that he said, just like nothing, he goes, "We made the guy from the funeral parlor go on down and get the leg. He just dropped it off in front of the house in the bag."
Yeah.
They were buddies.
Just like, it was his buddy who dropped off his leg like nothing. Yeah, I'm going to drop off your leg. And he gave it to me in the driveway.
And you would think they would boil off the flesh, or however you would get the flesh off the damn thing, but they gave him the whole leg.
A whole bloody stump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Hardee's thing seems unbelievable. Come on, is that, you guys pushing that a little bit for your film?
For real. For real. He took it to his friend who worked at a Hardee's to throw in their freezer.
Right.
And they kept it on as he says in the movie, put it on top of the sausage biscuits, and the manager found it, and then he had to go pick it back up.
And then they gave it to him through the drive-through window? That you made up.
No.
That's what you're eating, Justin.
These guys, they are. I mean, for us, fortunately, both of these guys, John and Shannon, are great storytellers. But I don't I think they like to embellish a little bit, but that's all pretty true. And I don't think they veer too much off the path. The story's crazy enough as it is.
It's absolutely a crazy story. It really is. And it comes out on Friday, right?
Yeah.
Tomorrow in theaters. We got Shannon on the line here. Shannon is the guy that bought the smoker that had the leg in it for the people that are trying to follow along at home. So let's say hi to Shannon. What's up, Shannon?
We are. Everybody listening is.
What's going on?
Oh, not much, man. Just trying to heal my leg. I broke it. I broke my right ankle in 17 places. I had to have 2 surgeries and a bone moved and 2 infected screws removed. Almost lost my leg.
That's karma, my friend. That's karma.
Yeah.
No, not karma. It's cursed. John Wood he went to a sweat lodge and had the Indian that was running the sweat lodge put a curse on me, the grill, and my family. Me, my wife, and my mother have a broke foot. Actually, me and my wife had a broke foot at almost the same time. And my mother, she's had a problem with her. She cracked it, and her other foot was broke.
The poor dear.
Yeah, I think you're all just idiots that don't know how to fucking walk. Learn how to walk.
Say what you may. My IQ's 162.
I have a feeling that Shannon might have broke his own foot to keep the foot thing going.
Not exactly. I made a 90-degree turn on flat level ground, and I just fell. And I looked down, and my foot was laying sideways, and all the bone above my ankle was like crooked building blocks stacked.
Stop talking about it like it's a war. I looked down. My foot was crooked both ways.
It was.
You know, nobody cares that you have your fucking, that you have that leg, right? You know, everybody thinks you're just a fucking fat idiot, right?
You may think so, but face to face, you wouldn't say that.
Face to face, I would fucking scream it at you. You fucking idiot. What are you going to do with your broken foot? You're going to gimp over to me and fucking slap me?
I would come at you like
what?
Like a falling star, and I hit you like
I'm gonna fall on you like a falling star. Good one. Fucking moron.
The fucking Indians put a curse on him. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Pete's not a fan of the footman.
Did the guy curse your comedy too? You fucking jerk off.
You jerk off.
Good one. Play on words there, huh?
Pete objects to you taking the man's leg. Apparently you bought it in a smoker, correct?
Yes, actually, I bought it in a pile of merchandise. It wasn't just, I want to use grill.
Pile of merchandise. What are you eating? Fucking use your words.
Pete's very upset. That
Is your mouth also broken?
He's very upset you didn't give the leg back to John Fox.
Yes. Pete thinks
this guy's leg
should return the man's leg.
Yeah, why didn't you give the leg back?
It's not his fucking Babe Ruth baseball card.
Yeah.
It's a fucking leg, dude.
Well, the reason I didn't give the leg back is the second day after I found the leg, one of my best friends at the time that lived in the neighborhood, he was pushing me, you need to keep that, it's yours, and then he actually went with me to...
Is your friend Tyler Durden?
He actually went with me to the funeral home where they were storing it because they had called the funeral home to come get it at the police department in Maiden. They didn't want it there in the back of their office or whatever. So the funeral home come, picked it up, and took it to the funeral home. Then radio station started bombarding the... After my visit, and me and Eddie went to visit the funeral home and wanted to see my property. I demanded to see it, so he brought it out in a bag. And he's a great big heavy-set dude, probably weighed 480 pounds. And we go in his office, and he puts it in there. And Eddie told me, he said, you should have grabbed it and run for the door. He would have tripped the fat bastard, but... Anyway.
Well, but the problem, Shannon, is most people don't like you because you didn't give the leg back. You got to understand that.
Also, you're extremely unlikable. Like, even if you didn't steal the leg, I would still fucking hate you.
I don't give a fuck if you hate me or not. You don't know the hell I've been through with Mr. Wood. He lied.
Oh, yes, I do. You stole a leg.
Well, is there more to the story that meets the eye with Mr.
Very good
Wood?
question, Jim Norton.
I mean, he lied to me 6 times on the phone. He'd tell me one thing in a news video, something else, which at that point I went to see my attorney. And while I was sitting in his office, the producer of the Judge Mathis show called me up and said he heard about the story on the radio and invited me to Chicago to do the show on the Judge Mathis show. I told him to give me 24 hours to think about it, and you can't get blood from a turnip, so I decided to...
You hear that one, Pete?
Good one. He's killing it with the fucking metaphors. Fucking good old Yogi Berra on the phone right there.
Well, it's brought out in the film Finders Keepers. We got the directors in studio, Brian and Clay, that you wanted to be famous your whole life there, Shannon, right? And then you realized this is my opportunity for fame because I got this guy's leg.
It was heaven sent, man.
Heaven sent?
Yeah, it sounds to me like you're taking this man's leg and using it for selfish purposes.
Well, I'm sorry you feel that way, but when I was a child, 3 years old, fishing on a boat, after a while I would get sleepy and I would lay down with my mother and father in their airboat. And I would go to sleep, and while I would lay there before I go to sleep, I watched the sky, and I made many wishes upon falling stars, and they have come true. You know,
is this Joe Dirt on the phone? Fucking moron.
That's a true story.
You don't like his falling stars
What he
story?
didn't tell you is that boat that he was lying on with his parents was his house. Fucking moron. Sorry.
Yeah, you're not supposed to use somebody else's ill-gotten gains.
Yeah, we all understand how you got the leg, but in the end, you just know, I don't know, that it's wrong, and you probably
You're an asshole!
You probably should just give the leg back and move on with your life.
Yeah, Pete does not agree with you.
Pete's not happy that you decided to keep the leg.
Dude, the guy was in a plane crash. You know, it's one thing if he was fucking, on a pogo stick and it fucking banged into something and flew off. The guy fucking survived the plane crash.
And his father died.
Yeah, and his dad
in
died.
that same plane crash.
Oh, maybe that's why I hate you so much.
It's a joke that y'all have a job being DKs. Absolutely. Y'all are unprofessional.
Did you just say it's a joke that we all have a job?
Yeah, I'm surprised y'all have a job. You're very unprofessional, rude, vulgar.
You stole a leg! You have no right to judge anybody. You're a fucking idiot.
Hey, I bought it fair and square, and the law...
You bought it fair and square.
But in the end, you just know it's wrong, especially knowing that the guy really wanted his leg back. If the guy said, I don't really give a crap about the leg, then maybe I would see your point.
Hey, Jim, wouldn't it be great if someone shoved that leg right up his ass?
Yeah.
Fuck
yeah. Then you'd have like a bunch of legs in your butt.
I mean, what else would you expect from a crackhead? I mean, he put his foot in a damn grill and done all this other shit with it.
Well, sure, he's an addict, and that
Yeah, because he knew you were going to steal it. Trying to hide it from you.
John Fox
Fucking
was
monster.
an addict, and it led to the fact that he couldn't pay his bills, and that's why they auctioned off his storage unit. I get the story, but his heart was in the right place, and he wanted his leg back to make the memorial to his dead father that he lost in the plane crash.
Cry me a handful.
He went to the fat lady to take care of the legs.
Cry me a handful.
That lady was weird in the movie, by the way. Hold on, I'm going back to the directors for a second. She loves Star Trek.
Yes.
What was her job? I didn't understand that. She takes your pet and then puts it back together?
It was her hobby, though, I think, wasn't it, Brian? To, like...
Brian's horrified by this interview, by the way. Let the record show Brian is like, can I leave?
We should say, though, that this is a really good movie. It actually is
It's
a very
great
interesting movie.
I love the movie.
It's so interesting.
We just don't like Shannon. I'm being a little more professional as far as not liking Shannon. Pete is being very direct with this.
I haven't seen this at all, Shannon, but I hear that what you did is none too neighborly.
You don't come across likable in the movie, and congratulations because you get more fame now because of the movie that's coming out. Finders Keepers is starting tomorrow, but you don't come across likable in this movie.
Yeah. Like, why do you want to be famous for having someone else's leg? That's not like, wouldn't you just rather...
It's square as is where it is. I bought it. It's mine. I got the fucking receipt.
That's great, but like, why do you want to be famous for that?
But don't you think
You're
more
just a creepy guy that has a leg, really?
But don't you think morally you're like, wow, this is pretty fucked up?
I was a fucking kid, man. I was on the news in Columbia, Tennessee at a Mule Days convention with a bra.
Oh wow, a whopping 30 people saw it. Who gives a fuck?
And Shannon, we caught you in a lie.
Yeah.
How could you fish during the day and see shooting stars? Oh yeah. Gotcha. Listen, I got to go to the directors for a second. So the fat lady in the film, because I forgot her name, and I apologize, Katie. She seems like a lovely lady. Her hobby is what?
Is to put the kind of skeletal remains of things back together.
And mostly, I would assume it's family pets.
Yeah, and sometimes she would find, like, she did it with a horse, and they got her some recognition, and just kind of she would find things out in the wild and put the bones back together, you know, like it's in a museum.
Right, and display it.
Yeah.
And
I think we tell her forensic veterinarian of some sort, but
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
She was definitely, I mean, I love that. The Kai Opaka Sulan reference.
Yeah.
She loves Star Trek.
I think you're enjoying your time here today, Clay. Brian, not so much. Brian's horrified.
I'm still waking up.
Okay. All right. Shannon. So, Shannon.
Yeah, man, I'm still here.
He's there, Opie. He's not going anywhere.
I
This
know,
guy's been fucking waiting for 6 hours to fucking talk onto something.
Shannon, are you still fighting to get the leg?
I'm glad as hell the fucking whole deal is over and the movie's finally coming out. I can put all this shit past me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've just been through so much hell, from death threats from John and his family and his friends to, I mean, unbelievable shit I've been through that was not aired in the movie, and they left like...
Deserve all of it.
Yeah, because it's just wrong in the end. I don't care if you have a receipt. Do you understand where the hate's coming from?
Do you get it?
Give a fuck. It's mine. Fuck them.
Well, what do you think about how you were portrayed in the movie? Like, we have the directors here. Is there anything you want to say to them?
When I first initially seen the film, I thought it was pretty fucked up and completely one-sided. I mean, nobody tells about all the hell John put me through. You know, I mean...
Oh, yeah, trying to get his leg.
He doesn't see it.
Yeah,
you just don't
I
get
would
it,
be
dude.
so pissed off if someone had
just
my
an
leg.
Idiot.
You're a bit of a narcissist,
You have
Shannon.
his
Like,
leg
you don't,
and his grill.
you don't get why the guy wanted his leg back.
I get keeping the grill. I
Yeah.
do. In
Yeah,
the
I
end,
get the
It's
grill.
just it's a smoker, actually. A
Now,
smoker.
did he get his leg back at the end?
You can't tell
we
the end.
don't
Don't
want to
tell
give
the end.
away everything.
Don't give the end away.
All right, I didn't
I want
know
to see
for
it.
sure.
We do want people to see this movie.
I want to see it.
and see how just hateable Shannon is.
But Shannon, don't you feel like I know you want to get famous, and getting famous is tempting, but this is kind of like a vulture thing to do. Even if legally you have the receipt, it's a vulturous thing to do.
If I wouldn't have found it, he'd be dead now, overdosed on crack.
Wow.
What?
You don't overdose on crap. I know what you mean.
Well, there's a storyline there that maybe some of the things that happened led to John Fox, figuring out some of his issues. John Wood. I've been saying John Fox all morning.
Yeah,
John Wood.
Because you're looking at me. You always say Fox when you're looking at me.
Yes. John Wood, of course. It led to
We're
him.
big football fans.
It led to him, looking at his own issues and maybe trying to deal with them.
I will say, despite Pete hate for Shannon, a lot of people do watch the movie and sympathize with him. So
Sure,
there's
Bernie Madoff.
They're also idiots.
Clay's been smiling the whole time in studio. Brian is trying to smile. Brian's definitely horrified.
Well, Brian's, look, let's be honest. He's one of Shannon is one of the stars, whether we like him or not. He's one of the stars of the picture.
And who did King of Kong?
I worked on that.
I bow to you.
I was an assistant editor, producer, did all sorts of
I
things.
bow to you. That is one of the best documentaries I've seen ever.
Thanks.
I played asteroids when I was a boy.
So the same guys that made that
I got what it deserves.
He doesn't care.
No, it was a perfect. I literally could have said, "Water quenches thirst" would have had as much value in this interview.
He didn't care.
No. What are you going to say? I'm sorry.
Yes.
No, I was just going to say the same guys that made that, Seth and Ed, were producers on this as well.
Oh, no, it's a great movie. Finders Keepers is a very good movie.
I'm very excited to watch it when I
Very,
go
very
home.
good.
I mean, Shannon, are you thinking about putting any kind of curse back on John?
I got 3/4 Indian blood in me, and no, I don't care to have anything whatsoever to do with John, period. And I actually have 16 television shows I'm working on right now, creating.
16?
Wow.
Wow.
I had 9 stolen from him.
What were yours?
Yeah,
What was one of them that was stolen from you?
Impractical Jokers by True TV. They also used my name, likeness, image, and slandered me as well.
What did they steal? What did Impractical Joker steal? The concept for the show from you?
Yes.
So what will you do? What kind of pranks were you pulling? Got your leg.
You have
I'm not giving it back.
Yeah, what kind of pranks were you pulling?
You have no idea, man.
You do know prank shows have been around for 20 years, right, sir?
Yeah, they've been around a long time.
20 years.
He just got a television.
Let's go back to Candid Camera.
So how did they steal the idea from you? Impractical Jokers, did you pitch True TV? Did they know about that you had the idea? I mean, or did they get it to you telepathically?
It's impossible because you would have to have 3 friends to fucking do that show. It's Impractical Jokers, not fucking stupid moron from South Carolina.
Pete doesn't like you.
I really don't like you, dude.
And he didn't even see the film. Wait till you see the film.
I'm not going to judge Shannon until I see it.
Oh, I am. I am from Staten Island, and that is what we do.
It's true.
And I could be wrong, and I still have to stand by the shit.
Yeah. I once bought a hibachi with a nose in it, and I gave it back immediately.
Oh, good for you.
You're good Absolutely.
That's a good egg right there.
There was no court involved. Man said, sir, you bought a hibachi, which I believe my nose is in. I said, you're correct.
But you had a receipt.
No,
Shannon
I didn't.
says he had a
this is a cash-only deal.
Shannon goes back to having the receipt for the purchase.
I kept the hibachi. I put his nose in a World's Greatest Dad cup. I handed it back to him. Boo.
I got a real question for Shannon. Did John Fox ever offer...
John Wood.
John Wood.
John Wood.
I'm writing it down now.
Is John Fox the coach of the fucking Panthers?
The Bears.
Bears. Yeah. And he was a comedian who died.
I'm sorry, John Wood. Did John Wood ever offer you, cold hard cash for his leg?
Some moolah?
No, but he lied to me 6 times on the phone, agreeing to joint custody and other items and other things. And
Joint custody?
Joint custody of the leg?
You want to visit the leg?
I also had huge corporations contacting me in regards to making new merchandise and new products to market and different things. And I had to make sure that he wasn't lying to me before I got him on board with these other items. And so after I found out, the half a dozen calls that I had made that we had conversed, that he was lying to me, there was no way I could trust him to keep his mouth shut about, different products, different things that will be coming out. So I immediately had T-shirts made, beanies made, hats made, and, so forth and so on.
Yeah, what was the saying on the shirt again?
Foot Smoker Barbecue Grill, Macon, North Carolina, and I couldn't keep enough of them. I couldn't make enough of them, and the other one was I am friends with the Footman. It had my face on it.
Sounds like an amazing
You know what? I'll
shirt.
say this though. He has not changed. So he is, good for him. You know what I mean? Like I don't like him, but good for him. Where it's just like I was like, you're an asshole, and he was like, yeah, I don't give a fuck.
He doesn't give a fuck.
It's my fucking leg. I got a receipt.
Shannon, are you bummed there weren't more body parts from John Wood in the smoker?
I've actually got a lot of different things from family members that's had surgical things removed from their body, like steel pins, bolts, all that kind of crap. But I don't care about anything that involves John Wood ever again, period, whatsoever.
No, I think you care. And you guys are now attached to this wonderful film.
At the hip.
Finders Keepers. Anything else you want to tell us about the film? I think we sold it, though.
Yeah. I am dying to see this fucking movie now.
I'm going to watch it the second I get home.
I think a lot of people are going to see this film because of this interview. So don't be too horrified there, Brian. We get people to the theater. You'll see that.
Absolutely.
Pete, anything else for Shannon? We were hoping to get John Wood on the phone. Would you guys talk on the phone at the same time?
No.
No. Wow.
You're an asshole and a baby. Nice. Nice to know what type of person this fuckface is.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I will do. If you have any listeners that have any questions for me that want to call in, if they're not rude, I'll be more than glad to answer any questions.
What do you do all day? What is your occupation?
I've been bent down off and on for the last 7 3/4 years, thank you.
All right, you know what?
Sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't hear. What is it?
I don't know.
What does he do?
He goes around and buys stuff and then fixes them up a little bit and hopes to make an extra $50 or something per item. Just proving to the guys that I saw the film.
Yes, very well done.
He gets very happy when he makes an extra 50 off an item.
Actually, my rule of thumb is if I can't make 100% profit, I don't buy it.
Oh, well,
wow.
You are a genius.
You got to get that on a shirt there, Shannon. So you want to take calls from the listeners as long as they're not too nasty, right? That's fair enough. I think that's fair enough. Let's start with Jarin in Kansas, it looks like. Jarin, however the hell you say that. Hey, buddy, you're on with Shannon, one of the stars of Finders Keepers.
Morning, guys.
Hey.
Uncle Joey. Hey, this guy is over again.
What? Is your phone crapping out? It sounded like he was going to compliment you, Shannon.
So I was cutting him off.
No, we're not cutting him off.
We didn't cut him
Sometimes
off.
the phones
It
are a
was
little
the
bit...
phone.
He's not a leg.
Let me say hi to Chuck in Boston. Chuck, go ahead.
Hey, I got two questions. First of all, what kind of guy has a 161 IQ and wishes on stars? And then when
Shannon Wisnant.
when you consulted a lawyer, did he tell you that guy doesn't have a fucking leg to stand on, asshole?
Damn, Chip likes that one. Chip likes that one.
Fucking home run.
All right, let's go to Eddie in North Dakota. Eddie, go ahead.
Shoot this fucker.
So, Shannon, have you always been a fat cunt, or were you just a cunt that got fat?
It's a pretty good question.
Yeah.
Well, I've always been a big man.
He's probably not happy that Jimmy Dean, made their sausages smaller.
Unflappable.
80 pounds. I used to bench press 360. And I used to leg press 475 with one leg.
Not true.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that bragging stuff doesn't go too far, Shannon.
Yeah, you don't want to be scoring to braggart.
I don't know what we were supposed to do with that. That you could lift a lot of.
Yeah, I'm a fat fuck, but I used to lift weights and stuff.
All right, let me go to.
He's a big boy.
Let's go to Jake in Pennsylvania.
Jake,
you
wake my kids.
Shannon. Hey, Jake.
Hey, so my question is, some guys are ass men, others are tit men. Is this guy a leg man?
Oof.
Oof. Shannon?
That feeble delivery.
Shannon?
What?
Shannon, are you a leg man?
Yeah, but no one really has a real question because they don't give a fuck. In the end.
They're just being mean.
They're just being nasty.
Do you have a Twitter, Shannon?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
It's at Footman NC.
Footman what?
NC, North Carolina. Footman NC. Footman SC is taken.
How about we drop the whole Footman thing?
Yeah, it's kind of a silly nickname.
It's kind of silly at this point. No?
Is it Footman _ Why am I even fucking trying?
One word.
No, it's one word. Footman NC, just like he said.
We are not. Oh,
hey,
wow.
got 2,400 followers.
Wow, you follow 2,314 people, and 2,443 people follow you. So really, you only have 111 followers. So really, nobody knows who the fuck you are, and you're just an asshole with a leg.
Let's go to. Let me go to Daniel in Alabama. He wants to say something to Shannon. Go ahead.
My mom has more followers than you, and the only thing that she's done is birth me.
I wanted to know if your parents were cousins.
No. Are yours?
Whoa, that's the Shannon we know and love.
But I didn't want you to call me out on it. Now I'm going to cry.
Wow.
All right, let's go to Mike in Jersey. We finally got a real question coming in. Mike, go ahead.
Hello, good fellas. How you guys doing?
Welcome aboard, Mike.
We're doing well.
Excellent. I'd like to say that Shannon and the weight that he moves on his bench press and leg press is fucking embarrassing. That is punch weight. 365, are you kidding me? All right, man, I played college football. I was getting 465, you fucking pussy. All right, pick up a fucking weight.
I said I was squatting 550.
What'd you say, you dumb motherfucker?
He squatted 550, Mike.
That's a lot of weight. I've had really, really bad tired issues, so my leg, I can't get the blood in my legs to do that kind of weight, but it's not about me. Go ahead, back to you, Shannon.
That's soft. That's soft. I'm sorry.
He's calling you out on your benching and your squatting there, Shannon.
I was benching 360 at one time, and that was before car injury. And then after a really bad car wreck I was in, I could no longer lift weights or do any of that from a extreme back injury I had.
All right.
The car accident makes perfect sense, but explains why you speak like a fucking idiot and your brain barely functions. That's perfectly understandable.
It's not necessary.
Where do you think all this hate's coming from, Shannon?
You guys.
No.
I refuse to believe this is the first you're hearing of this.
Mostly anyone new that makes it
I'm having difficulty trying to fathom who goes to the store, which really fine, purchases a grill, and finds a leg and does not give it back? That makes no sense.
Yeah, that's where it's coming from.
That don't make no sense.
You got to understand that much. It wasn't a store. It was a storage facility that they
It
were
doesn't make
auctioning
sense.
off,
It makes
but-
dollars.
Yeah.
Fucking home run, Davidson.
Fucking simple.
The reason I didn't give it back was because it makes one hell of a conversation piece sitting on my mantle.
Who are you talking to? You don't have any friends. The voices in your head. Give me a break, buddy.
Well, you know, when I lived in Maiden,
Yeah, fuck yeah.
He still babbles on. All right, let me go to John in North Carolina. I think he met you once there, Shannon. John, go ahead.
Hey, love the show, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, I work up in the area of Stacy, North Carolina, where this dude lives, and I was doing my work one day, come out the house, and he's very excited about having that leg and a grill. He couldn't wait to show it to me, and he's pretty damn crazy, I'll tell you that.
Well, yeah, he's very excited about it. That's for sure.
Yeah, boy.
How much were you charging for people to see the grill? The smoker, actually. We keep saying grill, the smoker. Shannon?
I'm not charging anybody at this time because I have not set it up in a museum-type building with all the memorabilia and everything that all the radio stations have sent me.
No, there was a time you were charging people. How much was it to see the smoker?
It was about $2 an adult, dollar kid.
It was $3?
$3, yep.
The director of the film, Finders Keepers, he's correcting you and saying it was $3.
I did go up on the price. Yeah, I did go up on it.
You went up a little bit.
I have a question.
Oh, to
for
make
you.
yourself seem like a baller?
Shannon, do you think God sent you that foot?
That's a good question.
I honestly believe it was heaven sent for the simple reason that my family has always had problems with their feet and legs. My father broke one of his legs like 11 times in motorcycle accidents and motorcycle races. My father was a professional racer that traveled the country, and he had a room full of trophies. And one of his legs, his bad leg, was actually 3 inches shorter than the other, and he had to wear a filled-up shoe constantly.
Oh. I had to wear one of those when I was a kid, so I understand. I empathize with that.
I think your family's just stupid.
He really wanted me to look at it, but I
not
didn't
hereditary.
look at it.
So if God sent you that, if God sent you the foot, then that means that God made John Wood crash the plane and kill his dad.
I don't know. Actually, what happened to my knowledge, you don't take a vice president of a furniture company and let him think that he's a mechanic and take the heater box off of a carburetor on an airplane, because as soon as you do and you get in the sky, the carburetor freezes and it's a beer can aimed at the ground after that.
That's not true, because the best mechanic I know is Vice President of Raymore and Flanagan. I don't want to bring up the conversation, but that guy could fix anything.
This guy also thought he was a farmer. I mean,
Pete, did you hear what Shannon just said? Not only did he take John Wood's leg, he's now blaming John Wood's father for his own demise.
Wow.
Well, he said it's a beer can aimed at the ground,
You're
and technically the carburetor does freeze at a certain height, so,
Yeah, I don't know if I would rub it
Someone
in like
fucks you? Like you're married? And do you have kids? Or are you just, by yourself like you should be?
I'm married, thank you.
You are married? When did you...
We've been together for 15 years.
15 glorious years.
And how does she feel about you obsessed with this leg?
Well, obsessed with fame in general.
Yeah, it's just, here's the reason why I hate you. Because you're a shit piece of shit, but also, like, who the fuck wants to be famous for having someone else's leg?
Actually, my wife don't like me, or didn't like me having anything to do with it, but she knows I am the way I am, and I'm not going to say a whole lot till y'all watch the movie.
All right.
Yeah.
We should watch the movie
Cheaper to
first.
stay together than get divorced, eh?
Yeah. Plus, she doesn't want to lose custody. She doesn't want to lose that little gold mine with a shoe on it.
Oh, yeah. She doesn't want to lose all the stock and the hats that say, I'm the leg guy.
Yes. Well, but hey, they charge you when you get on a plane. They charge you extra leg room. Hey,
the phones are lit, and I can't find one person with a nice thing to say about you there, Shannon.
Yeah.
I thought it would be nice to maybe have some balanced reporting here, but I just can't find a one.
This is called
Not
Finders
a one.
Keepers, by the way. It's in limited
Yes.
theaters tomorrow. Available on iTunes and on demand October 2nd. I did not get the email last time. I'm so pissed I didn't see that because it's all they've been talking about this morning.
Yeah, it's a very good documentary. You're going to fall in love with John Wood for sure.
I like John Wood.
Well, that's it.
That's
it. Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck on getting famous.
Shannon,
bet his favorite, hold on, I got a good one. I bet his favorite song by the ZZ Top is Legs. Go ahead. I just wanted to throw out a cute joke. Just a little something cute.
Just to keep it going.
Just a cute joke.
Someone just tweeted me and said that Shannon thinks the Charleston shooting was a hoax. Is that true?
Yes, they were hired actors.
You're just the most.
Oh, wait, which one was the Charleston shooting? I might agree with it. Which one was that? Which one was the Charleston?
That's the church one.
Oh, I'm sorry, the church one.
Hold on. Shannon, explain yourself.
You're a fucking cunt.
My wife is disappointed with this show at this point. She cannot believe how big a dick y'all are, and I can't either. I mean, and she don't side with me. She don't side with anybody, but she's disgusted at what kind of dicks y'all are.
Yeah, well, you're a pussy. Anyway, listen to this. What you're so stupid. What you don't understand is you staying on this as long as you can is going to help you. That's how fucking stupid
My
you are.
question is, though, what about the Charleston shooting?
Yeah.
I hadn't
Why
heard
do
it.
you
And
think
I've been very polite.
Yes.
I believe it was all MK Ultra Mind Control.
Oh, wow.
Are you an Alex Jones fan?
MK Ultra Mind Control.
MK Ultra Mind Control.
Yeah, research. Anytime I talk about shit about the Fed, anything they do, I gotta have black cars following me around for weeks on end, okay?
They're probably hearses wishing.
You don't have black cars following you around.
I don't know, man. They don't like that type of stuff. When you start talking about government interference and mind control, they begin to track you. They do.
Yeah.
They don't like it.
And then they see you with a leg, and they're like, "Oh, never mind. This guy's just a fucking psycho."
Fuck them. I'm not scared of them, but I got an anonymous email from someone in the government, and
who sent it?
Government.
From, and they said they were going to fill my yard full of black cars. Me and their black suits were going to carry me away, and I'd never see sunlight again. I replied back, "Come on, my doors are unlocked, every gun's loaded with one in the chamber. I don't miss. I hope your face is bulletproof." And I have an arsenal. Thank you.
Can we talk to your wife for a second, or?
Yeah.
She's right here. She can hear you.
Okay, well, I would like
now
to
put her on the phone. I mean, let her, tell her, say her piece about us.
Okay, here.
It's only fair.
Here, honey.
It's only fair. Hello?
Uh-huh.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, have you been listening to the interview?
Yes.
One of our guests has been very crass and rude, and we don't normally go for that type of talk here on the program. But Shannon, you have to admit, it's a little difficult to like him. Comment, madam?
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so we've been right about
I like you,
Shannon, the whole time here. What was the problem? What problem did you have with the interview?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're very vulgar, hateful and rude, vulgar. I don't agree with Shannon and everything that he's done, but I mean, my God, y'all just are taking it a little bit far with the hate thing.
Well, I think he needs a little help. I think Shannon needs a little help if you want to get serious for a moment. He's delusional. He thinks he
thinks he's famous.
Well, I agree with the mind control thing, and I think that will get you followed. That does get you followed.
But he's delusional about some things with the shooting stars and.
Well, yeah, I agree.
Okay, so he deserves this, right?
Some of the things he comes up with is a little crazy.
Okay, there you go. So,
how long you been married to this lunatic?
10 years on July the 25th was 10 years.
Didn't he say 15?
He said 15.
They've been together 15 years.
It's love.
You guys have kids?
I've been with him for 15 years. We've been married for 10.
Any kids?
No kids with Shannon.
Oh, get the fuck out of there. What are you doing? Get out of there.
No kids with Shannon.
Get the fuck out of there.
not having kids, Shannon.
What did he say? What did she say?
I said no kids with Shannon, not having kids with Shannon.
Good, divorce this fucking idiot.
One of him is enough.
You seem like a reasonable person.
Sounds like you guys aren't in love anymore. When's the divorce coming?
Do you guys? Does the foot sleep in between you guys in the bed? Is it in the middle? Does it take up space like a dog?
No.
Does he dress it up? Does he get like a Jordans for it?
He left me for a foot.
Takes it shoe shopping.
Usually I didn't understand.
Come on, buddy. I'm going to take you to a soccer game.
All right, you're boring us. Thank you.
Yeah,
for,
you stink. But get rid of him, please.
Thank you.
All
right. We got to go to Natasha in New York. All right. Natasha, go ahead.
Hey, so, I mean, you can make fun of the guy that has the leg, but you can't forget about the people that are actually taking the time to film this loser.
They made him a documentary about a real story. I mean, that's kind of that's a good call by them.
Why should we make fun of them? I'm confused. They found an amazing story for a documentary with a bunch of characters.
Yeah, it's really a shitty story.
Can't hear you, miss. Your phone is terrible.
It's a shitty what?
It's a really shitty storyline.
Are you talking into a potato? Jesus fucking Christ.
It's a shitty storyline? Is that what her critique was?
It's a documentary. It's a great storyline. It's such a weird storyline. You got a guy, he loses his leg because he's flying with his dad. His dad crashes the plane, dies. This guy gets his leg amputated. He puts in a storage facility. He can't afford the storage facility anymore. So they auction off the storage facility, and here comes Shannon.
Well, look,
making it all about him.
Yeah, I mean,
and then he won't give the leg back. That's an amazing story for a film.
Do you not know that if Shannon wouldn't have pushed everything like he did, that John would have an overdose right now?
Yeah, that's what Josh Shannon was saying, that in a way this might have helped. I mean, it's one of those things where good comes from trials and tribulations.
Wow, Shannon also posted that the World Trade Center is a monument to Satan.
Oh.
And he's a little weird about the government stuff. You know,
well, you know what? He doesn't trust
Why
his
are people
government.
that are so fucking stupid into the government?
It really does get on my fucking nerves when he does that. But
What do you think happened to the Twin Towers that day? Who did it?
who, me?
Yes.
No, we don't think you did it.
No.
Who did it?
How could she? She was injured. Her leg sucks. Her and her fucking dumb husband.
After that.
Yeah, what do you guys think happened on 9/11?
The Twin Towers was an inside job. I mean, the steel does not melt from kerosene in any way.
Someone's cracking their
That's a good point.
Have fun with this, Shannon.
What was that, sir? Why do you think it was an inside job?
Well, number one, why would they hide a paper trail by destroying the IRS building number 7?
Right.
It was imploded, as were the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was not nuclear, but military weaponry used to melt these steel beams in those buildings, and I think George Bush and the government should be held accountable.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the bottom line.
What about the footage of the plane going into the building?
Yeah, what about 2 planes going into the building and then 2 buildings coming down?
Okay, here's the thing. If you do a little bit of research, in the 1960s, they had passenger planes, remote control, and they flew them around for a while. Then they actually...
Shannon, where the fuck are the people then that were on the plane?
Shannon, go ahead, Shannon. Explain, though. He's right there. Operation Norwood, go ahead.
There was no one on those planes.
Really?
So the grieving families, that was all, what, actors?
Could be.
Oh, you're so fucking
No, I don't know. He raises a point. Because they use voice modulation things. There was one guy who called, and he was on the phone with his parents when the second plane hit, because he saw the first building smoking. But do you think that was all like a fake voice thing?
It could all been set up by the government, man, just like Sandy Hook was.
Yep.
I mean,
it was.
Oh, my God.
Absolutely.
I really don't like this guy.
You guys didn't make the right film.
Why? He's right. Sandy Hook was a setup.
I'm kidding.
Sandy Hook was definitely a setup. You're right, sir. It's a good point.
Are the Sandy Hook kids, are they dead or alive?
that's not the point.
Yes, it is.
It's a question.
It's
Are
a
they
huge
dead or
fucking point.
Are they dead or alive?
For one, I can't answer that question. Number two,
Yes, you can.
The shooter that did the Batman theater killings or whatever.
Theater! When you go on a date with your wife, you go to the theater.
No.
What about that guy?
Yeah, what about James
Colorado,
Holmes?
Yeah, James Holmes in Colorado.
He was under my control.
Sure he was.
If you do research, you can find out all this stuff on your own.
You have a lot of stuff on your Twitter, Shannon. So I'm sorry to interrupt you. A lot of stuff about Israel and screw Israel. So you're not a fan of the Jews.
Yeah, they killed Jesus. I don't care if it's Jews. They killed Jesus.
That's the first I'm hearing of that. I'm going to say alleged because of legal issues.
We don't want to get sued.
Yeah.
Now, to the directors, is this good publicity for the movie, or are you guys happy with this?
The directors are having a nervous breakdown.
This is how the guy who used John Wayne Gacy in a clown documentary felt.
We sold a lot of tickets for the film.
Oh my God!
Trust me, we did. You need to know that before you leave.
Without a doubt.
Okay. We just did it a different way for you there, Brian and Clay.
So the Jews did kill. So you've never been a fan of the Jews. Do you think they are somehow behind the or 9/11?
I think Israel did have something to do with 9/11, as did George Bush. He knew about it the whole time before it happened. Why did the man that owned the buildings the day before insure them for a terrorist attack so only he could collect billions of dollars afterwards?
And that is the way you do it. You would do it right the day before, because that's always the smart way to do it.
I have some information for you. I actually met George Bush once, and he told me he had nothing to do with 9/11.
And how do they...
he said it. He was just like, I didn't do it!
And how do they wire the buildings for explosives, sir, without anyone noticing?
Well, Shannon, please.
That would be a big job, sir.
Yeah, and it could be done by the government.
Yep. All right. That's a great
I like how that's his only answer.
Who killed Kennedy?
Every couple of days, they build a ship. I mean, any job is big.
It takes more than a couple of days. Chuck in Boston is losing his mind. Go ahead, Chuck.
Chuck needs to simmer down.
Chuck? Chuck?
You asked about the fake phone calls, right? Well, those fucking phone calls came from the airphones that work off satellites. So those phone calls were made by the people on those fucking planes. Conspiracy, this guy's a fucking loose change guy. Okay, he said Building 7 was worth...
Yes, we know.
What about the other fucking 7 buildings? The buildings covered, the collapse was out of control. It wasn't a controlled demolition. It was covered 16 acres. And Building 7 was in the line of that fucking fire right there. Okay?
It's an enigma wrapped in a mystery, caught in a riddle.
If the government used mind control at Sandy Hook, the Aurora movie theater, why can't they use it on you fucking fraud? Shannon, you're a fucking asshole. You're a fraud. You're a conspiracy theorist. You believe conspiracy theorists like loose change who make money off of fucking lying. Go to YouTube and put in on the search 9/11 Liars Club, Dylan Avery, 9/11 Liars Club, Alex Jones, 9/11 Liars Club, Jesse Ventura. They're so fucking stick.
You're a sheep, man. You're nothing but a sheep like most of Americans.
Just a sheep.
Yep.
What's up, Shannon? Let me ask you something.
He's a sheep.
Let me tell you something.
Tell him, Shannon.
If Trump wins, regardless, he is 10 to Hillary. He's Hillary, 16 to
stupid question. Prove that you don't know what you're talking about.
The last 43 presidents have royal blood.
Yep.
It's all a royal bloodline system.
Hold on a minute. That's all propaganda. I want to ask you one question, and it's going to prove that you either know what you're talking about or you don't.
This is the greatest promo for a wrestling match ever.
I've done a lot of fucking research, trust me. As far as the towers being a controlled demolition, what kind of devices? Now, there's three types of devices. There's either thermite, which is activated by fire, or electric in cases of safety. There's also C4, which is activated by electrical charge as small as a 9-volt battery. And then there's some other, whatever kind of device you want to make up that's activated either by fire or electric. Now, when the planes impacted the buildings,
They entered the cars and destroyed the steel on the side.
This isn't a very simple question.
Yeah, this is.
I'm getting to it.
Yeah, so this is very a little long. When Shannon has made his point pretty clear, and he's been so far. I'm giving Shannon the points in the debate because the Jews did in fact
kill Jesus,
have something to do with it. That's what's been spoken about.
Okay, so I'm wrapping up right now.
It's okay, sir.
That the plane penetrated the car and destroyed the steel on that side. The car fell over to the side.
All this because of a foot.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
This is all because of a
Chuck,
fucking
your phone
foot
is a
and
little-
grill.
Yeah, Chuck, you don't need to go through all this explanation. We know.
Yeah.
And the goddamn coyote would run and drop an Acme weight, and how could he have escaped?
Okay, I got two serious questions.
Go ahead. Let Shannon ask his question. Shannon?
I've got two serious questions.
Sure, go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead, Shannon.
Tell me why over 50 television shows have been created using my likeness without my permission, like Storage Hunters.
Well, the answer is you're
fucking
crazy.
delusional.
Yeah.
You're a delusional person.
Good point. What's the second question?
My second question is, if a plane hit the Pentagon, why is there like a straight line in the dirt aimed right at where the supposed plane hit?
That's right. There's video of it hitting the Pentagon.
That's fake, though.
Afterwards, there was like a whole lot of different parts from other planes that you could not put together.
Yep. And they did make that mistake because they had set the whole thing up, and the whole thing was a lie, but then they forgot to put consistent plane parts.
Right. If you're going to go through all that, wouldn't you make damn sure you got the right plane parts?
No, they didn't.
Laying around all willy-nilly?
You want to stretch it to the Jews?
I can't.
All right, Chuck, we got to let you go because your phone is overmodulating.
We don't like you being rude to our guest.
Wow. So, I don't know. Wow. So, 50 shows were stolen. Give us a few more shows that were stolen from your mind.
Narcos?
The brilliant mind of Shannon.
Narcos.
Yeah.
I had 9 shows stolen from me altogether. And
I thought it was 16.
I thought he said 50 in there, too. All right, name the 9 shows really fast, and go.
I'm in the middle of creating 16 television shows.
I don't care about that.
No, which ones got stolen from
which
you, buddy?
ones? So just do the laundry list right now. Go.
Moonshiners, Backyard Oil, Dukes of Haggle, which Ed stole from me with Mark Caton, Fast and Loud,
Seinfeld, Mary Tyler Moore, My Favorite Martian,
Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night Live.
I would have guessed Mike and Molly.
I don't have the damn list in front of me, but I have emails proving that one of these shows for damn sure was sold by Ed and Mark Caden. I also have Ed admitting it on a fucking recorded phone call. So, I mean, we're done with this conversation. I've been robbed, fucked over, screwed over by me.
Keep the language down.
And I'm so done. Have fun, you freaks.
All right, we'll talk to you again.
All right, man. Have a nice day.
I want to get Shannon on the phone.
It was really nice
at
talking
least
to you.
twice a week.
Yes, thank you, Shannon.
Yes.
See, you can't hang up. You just love the attention.
He loves it. I bet you he won't hang up.
You're not going to hang up, are you?
Let's not hang up. I want him to hang up.
Hang up, man. It'll be dramatic
If
for
you hang up, I'll actually have
You don't hang up, we hang up.
That's right.
My wife said for me not to hang up. She wants to do the rest of the show.
Your wife
Because she loves, she's enjoying the show.
Be a man and hang up on us there,
I
Shannon.
don't think so. We should stay and just talk.
Yeah. All right. Well,
we're going to talk to Shannon again, I suspect.
Yeah.
In the future.
From 1 to 10, did you enjoy your time on our show there?
And thank you,
Clay.
That's a tough question. Maybe the toughest. Sure.
You loved it. You just can't say it publicly for whatever reason.
Well, you know, he's like to see the star
I know
of his
Brian
movie.
didn't love it. Brian moved away from the microphone a long time ago.
Would you guys rather do this or answer the same 5 questions?
Yes.
That's true. For starting my morning, getting my heartbeat.
But it's always
going.
weird when you're promoting a documentary and one of the stars of the documentary. It's a, a weird show. And the Jews, you're like, oh boy, that's a rough sell.
I did not know any of this. So
that's good.
I'm learning all sorts of things today.
Yep, they killed Christ. I see, you didn't know that?
Yeah.
We've been doing this a long time. People like you come in here and they try to sell the movie, and a couple people might pay attention. a lot of people paid attention today.
Absolutely.
Now they're going to go see Finders Keepers. I know
agree
they will.
That Brian and I are pretty boring, so.
No.
And we'll be discussing this movie next week because a lot more people will have seen the film by then.
Yep.
It really is a very good documentary.
I'm looking for the J connection. I understand what you're saying. Me and you speak the same language, my friend.
It's one of those classic movies, good versus evil.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Shannon, you're evil.
That's great.
He's still fucking there. He was there.
Fucking weenie.
And the excuse is his wife wants to hear the rest of the show.
Well, it's a good show, so let Shannon stay on hold if he wants to, and he can hear the rest of the show. I gotta pee.
Yeah.
Maybe Shannon will have a question for the reality show lady.
Why not?
It's going to be a waste of time.
I don't know. It's going to be great.
Tell her to go home.
It's going to be great. No, let's give it a shot. We got to be fair, and you never know where this show is. A lot of twists and turns.
Yeah.
Today we discovered the Jews had something to do. Whereas I heard that Christ retired, and apparently you think he was killed.
I want to thank Brian and Clay for coming
guys,
by.
thank you.
The directors
You guys,
of
thank
Finders
you.
Keepers.
Sorry for
Thanks for
yelling.
having us on.
Yes.
Will you come back?
Sure.
He's not coming back. Will you come back?
Brian will come back.
You come back, Brian?
Of course he will.
Sure.
Absolutely. I want to talk about this whole darn Sandy Hook conspiracy.
Oh my God.
Boy, you never want the co-lead in your film throwing that one out. So we're interviewing Leonardo DiCaprio for the new film. Yeah, all those kids are actually still alive. All right, we'll be right back.
Yeah, you're in a tough spot. No one was on those planes on 9/11. So
Yep, they were remote controls.
enjoy that when the blogs pick up on that one.
Yeah. All right. Shannon, we'll let you go.
Yeah, go away,
Thank you for
Shannon.
calling
All
in.
right.
It's been fun.
Stay healthy.
All right,
Stay healthy, Shannon. Goodbye.
We're gonna break.
But goodbye, guys. We'll see you again. It was
Holy fuckballs.
You all right?
Yeah, I mean.
No, we're still on the air, bro.
I know.
You all right?
Yeah.
Seriously, I did not know
about that.
I did, but yeah.
Yeah, but you got some crazy footage from this guy that's in the film, so I can only imagine that he was just babbling the whole time you were filming him.
Yes, we focused on the story.
The leg.
Yeah.
Thank God you just focused on the leg.
Yeah.
So, you guys made a great movie.
Oh, thank you.
I think people are going to enjoy the hell out of it. So, all right, we're going to take a break. It's Finders Keepers. Go see that movie starting tomorrow, and I want to thank these guys for real for coming in and dealing with our horseshit. So, yeah, we just wrapped up our interview with the directors of Finders Keepers and one of the stars of Finders Keepers, a wonderful documentary for real. I think a lot of our listeners are going to enjoy the hell out of the film. But they left here, wow, just shell-shocked. They want to cancel the rest of their press for the day. They're not happy, huh, Roland? We just sold the movie, though.
Yeah, I do understand why they'd be a little shell-shocked, but like...
I think they knew he's sensitive, so they coddled him throughout the whole entire press tour, Shannon.
Huh?
They're very sensitive.
They offered him up, though.
Yeah, they say he's very sensitive.
Sensitive? Well, he's...
I don't know, that's what they told me.
Well, he's a sentimental fool.
What happened, Justin?
And then the publicist said, I'm going to go to my office now and throw up. I'm like, all right. Yeah.
What happened?
That's upsetting for publicists. What
do you got on this?
I was getting all the messages from Roland out there. Wrap it up. The rep is freaking out.
Well, Travis was. There's another little booth over here that Travis sits in, and a lot of times the publicists go in there.
Booth of Mo.
The publicists go in there to kind of check out the interview.
I dumped and run.
And Travis,
oh boy, did you?
Travis got an earful. Travis,
she wasn't happy.
No,
yeah, it was pretty uncomfortable in here.
What was she saying?
We need to redirect back to the directors. We need to stop talking to Shannon. Don't put his wife on the phone. They're having marital troubles. Shannon's very, very, very,
overweight, bright,
sensitive,
Jewy hater.
Well, you can't be.
She wasn't happy.
You can't be a sensitive person and then do what he did and not understand that you're going to get a lot of shit for it.
But then, like 2 minutes later, Jim would say something and she would laugh.
So good.
Well, that's just what I do, Travis. That's my role here.
I know.
That's why on my contract it says, and Jim is, and then it puts in quotes, "will lighten the mood."
Even when someone's really upset, they just can't help themselves with you.
Yeah,
right.
Boy, most likely to make you smile. 3 years in a row in high school.
Yeah, she wasn't happy.
They're sitting there thinking they fucked up by not just taping this guy. Who gives a fuck about the foot at this point?
Well, they also realize they have an anti-Semitic conspiracy theorist as the star of their film. You know, it's like all good-natured, like the whole legal battle, but it gets real. Was I think them kids was a whole goddamn hoax and the motherfucking Jews did it. All right, what are we going to do about this? This is not good. That's a tough sell.
When Brian realized that he's all in with conspiracies, poor Brian. I felt not Brian. I didn't give a fuck about that guy because he didn't want to play. Clay was all in. But then when the conspiracy stuff started, he was like, "Oh my god, how the hell are we going to sell this film now?"
I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah,
you know what? Who would save a foot? I fucking hate feet.
That's a good point.
I hate men's fucking feet.
That's
You look
the
at me,
least of our
it's
problems.
a fucking nightmare.
Feet
Look
in
at
general are pretty gross.
I don't mind a woman's foot, correct? You suck them, whatever. You put Ben Gay on their feet, whatever. But a man's foot, I don't want those motherfuckers around. I go to jiu-jitsu. I fucking stay away from feet altogether.
I think you're missing the main point of what was wrong there, though, Joe.
I hate feet. Who saves a fucking foot?
That's like complaining about Ted Bundy. How the hell do you do that much driving?
I find that foot, I throw it the fuck away. It's over. It's got nothing to do with me. A fucking foot.